Okay, let's move into talking about this secondary dominance thing. Now, this is kind of like one of those things that I think people hear a lot about. So maybe you've heard about secondary dominance before. Um, it is kind of a hallmark of theory in that, well, a hallmark is the wrong word. It's it's a benchmark. It's a big topic that we kind of use to kind of signify the end of second semester music theory, really. Whereas kind of modes are kind of around the end of first semester music theory, and secondary dominants are around the end of second semester music theory. So what we're talking about here is we're starting to delve into chromatic harmony. So we know what chromatic means, right? Chromatic means not in key. Um, so what we're going to see with secondary dominants is some chords that are out of the key, and we have to find a way to explain those and have them make sense. So I have a really simple example of one up here. Okay, so let's get this on screen. Okay, so what we have here is we have an F sharp right here. Okay, now before explaining what it means, let's think about when we've seen chromatic chords before, because we have seen chromatic things in music up till now, right? Like this is not totally new. We've seen chords that didn't quite make sense. My first reaction, and your first reaction probably, would be that when you see an accidental like this in a piece, you might think, oh, that could be a clue that we're in a minor key and that's adding a leading tone, right? That's our raised seventh. That is kind of a first gut reaction to where you see when you see an accidental in a piece of in a otherwise diatonic piece of music, right? So let's check. Does that make sense? So we're probably in the key of C major here, and so that wouldn't work. But let's assume we're in the key of A minor. Okay, maybe we're in the key of A minor. If we were in the key of A minor, our leading tone would be G sharp, right? So if we were in the key of A minor and we wanted to give ourselves that leading tone, we would raise the seventh in the key to give us a G sharp, and that would push us towards A, and give us some major five chords and all that stuff that we've looked at in the past, right? So we would expect a G sharp here for that to be true, and we don't have one. We have an F sharp. So it's probably not that, right? But that is a case in which we've seen some chromatic chords pop up, is raising that seventh to make the major five chord in a minor key. But in this case, that doesn't work at all. We're in C major. We have an F sharp in it. What is that? That's a raised sixth? It doesn't really make sense with anything else we've done before. So, let's dive in and try to explain this using something totally new, and that would be secondary dominant. So let's go to a new video and get into it.